Edgewood ISD community. My name is Kayla Calderon Lugo and I'm the Public Information Officer for Edgewood ISD, and we are so excited to once again this year start our conversations with the superintendent. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Hernandez.
Thank you.
We are so happy to launch this first one of the year where we have so much to talk about. A lot has happened since last year that we wrapped up our last video. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's talk about we're starting a whole new year for you and for the school district as well.
Yes, so it's the second year for us. I think we are now into the 7th or 8th week of education for this school year. We're excited to have the kids back at school, so I know by now, parents, you probably have your routines going. You've probably met our teachers now. And so again, we're excited to start the second year for the school district. So great, we're off to a great start.
One of the things that you had talked about last year was really starting this innovation at Edgewood ISD, which is why we're sitting in these desks, because we went back to school. Brentwood STEAM School of Innovation launched this year, and this was one of the 2 schools that we launched this year. I know we had our grand opening for these 2 schools. What's next to come for innovation?
So right now, obviously, yes, we are at Brentwood STEAM School of Innovation. As you can probably tell, there's a lot of wonderful new additions to the school, starting with just the logistics, the look of the school, the classrooms. We bought all new furniture. We have a space for our students, not only to receive lecture and have conversations with students, but also an opportunity to have a maker space where they can actually build their different little robots and actually program their robots. We also have programs like at Gardendale Elementary, who just opened a pre-K early learning center. We partner with Pre-K for SA to really create an environment where young children can come in and learn all their basics.
What can you share with us as far as what's next for the innovation?
So we're really proud to announce that we have 2 principals that are currently in incubation. Incubation means that they are out for a year preparing their new School of Innovation. The first one that I can tell you about is our Las Palmas Young Women's Leadership Academy. We are looking to develop for this next fall. So it's very exciting that our principal gets an opportunity to visit other campuses alike, not just in Texas or in Bexar County, but across the nation, and really go out and learn from other principals and other school districts that have created a network where we can serve the unique needs of our young women. So that's obviously something that we're excited about. Obviously, if we create a Young Women's Academy, then we're going to create a Young Men's too, and that's more to come later on that, but that is in the 5-year plan to create a campus where our young men can also receive an education that's centered around ideals for a young man.
And this is something that has come about not only as part of the innovation plan for our district, but it's come about because where you've heard those conversations in the pláticas that you've been hosting and around our community about parents really wanting these choices for their families.
So there's 2 sides to that. There is the information that I'm receiving in our pláticas out in our neighborhoods, but also the business community. I'm also speaking to members of the San Antonio business community, and the workers that we need in the future are the workers that are developing skills around the STEAM concept. And so we're not just preparing our students for success academically, but also success in the 21st century workforce.
And so going back to these pláticas, you mentioned you're still having the pláticas, you're still getting together with members of our community, meeting with them in their homes, breaking bread, as you like to say. What feedback are you getting from them, and are these going to continue this year?
So we started our first plática last week in the Las Palmas neighborhood, and we had a great turnout of parents who came and reminded us why they are still in Edgewood ISD schools. Lots of staff showed up, specifically teachers. It was really great to hear from parents that they stay with us for the people in our schools, the teachers, the principals, the activities in the schools that remind them all the good things that are happening. But it's also an opportunity for them to say, hey, while we're doing all these great things, here's a few things also that I think we need to look at and really just enhance so we have a better, more comprehensive school system. So
what can you tell us about some of the feedback with maybe even just some of the programs that are already in place with our schools?
So I think a lot of what our parents want to see are campuses that are created around the unique interests of their kids. For example, you have parents and families who know their kids like STEAM. And so that's already a concept that we are developing. Our Young Women's School, which you just heard me talk about, but also other things like culinary arts, health sciences, education. Those are other career pathways that we want to develop in our schools. And that as we go out and do our pláticas, we're going to be sharing our 5-year plan, and so people can see what's coming in the next 5 years here in Edgewood.
And so we're talking about our innovation schools. We're going to switch gears a little bit now. And you mentioned earlier we're already in week 7, 8 of this fall semester, And with fall semester comes a lot of extracurricular
Yes.
activities that have started the year. And I know you're a big supporter of those extracurriculars.
I am, and parents and community, I really want to thank all the fathers, the mothers, the uncles, the aunts, the grandmas, everybody that's helping and supporting our kids, whether they are art kids, athletic kids, cheerleading kids, drill team, whatever your child's doing here during the fall semester. We appreciate the extra effort that it takes to get up maybe early, stay at school really late, rush and eat a meal, and then go back to school. Those are the interests that we definitely support and that we want to continue to see our kids develop here in our wonderful schools.
And we know that there's a lot more to come in the rest of the year, so thank you for acknowledging that group. And then as always, Dr. Hernandez, these conversations are going to continue throughout the rest of the year. So we thank you for spending your afternoon with us today, and we hope you can join us at our next conversation, which will be close to the holiday season when we're getting ready to break, and it's incredible that we're talking about that. So thank you for your time, and thank you everybody for watching us this afternoon. You have a great day.
Thank you.